Come on now. Let me have it. All right, boys and girls. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? It's John from JJ Innovation Garage in the Peach Capital of the State. Let me show you this bad boy right quick before it runs out of fuel. How you know it's going to run out of fuel, Jay? Because the fuel line's got a hole in it, so it's sucking air. So I got to fix that. But this right here is 1977 Corvette. Has this white cream interior. It's got like 60-some thousand miles on it. Now it started up a little rough because the carburetor was dry. But this thing right here is owned by an Air Force colonel, and it's like I said, it's, well, I told you wrong. It's got 58,000 miles on it. Air conditioner, all the gauges, all that good stuff. It's an automatic. See, everything's great. It's got no fuel because the tank's empty, but everything's good to go on it. So I went out of state to get this car. He bought this car at a classic car place. He has one, but the other shop destroyed his car. So basically bought this car for parts. He wanted to switch her. Look, it's about to cut off. Wanted to switch everything off of this car to the other car, but I convinced him into using this car. It's about to run out of fuel. She is fixing to leave here, boys and girls, and just like that, she's empty. She's empty, and the reason why she's empty is because what I did was I put fuel right here, filled up the bowl, and then fired it right up. That's why that cranked up a little bit crazy. And then I drove it up in here in the shop. But it's cut off now. So let me turn it off. Let me turn the key off. But here we go. There we go. So like I said, it's a 77 Corvette. It has 59,000 original miles on it. Wait a minute, Jay, that don't make no sense. Yeah, that don't make no sense at all. 5,981. Maybe. Brother game. I don't know. I'm confused now. Surely to God this thing ain't got 6,000 miles on it. It might. I don't know. I have to look at the paperwork, so don't quote me on that. Definitely don't quote me on that. Definitely don't quote me on that. Let me look into some paperwork right here. Hold on a second. Let me look right here in this paperwork. I told y'all wrong. I told y'all wrong twice. Let me see what I got going in here. 105,000. There we go. That makes more sense. There's the purchase order. 105,000. 105,000. And it is hot. All right, let me get up out of this thing. Interior's pretty decent. Interior's pretty decent. I mean, it's got cracks. I mean, like I said, it's a 77 Corvette. I mean, it's 47 years old. And if you like these cars, more power to you. So there's a 30-day tag. You know, it's gone. There's that God forbid plastic stuff. But But anyways, so I gotta just want to do a little. I mean, it's a nice car. Like I said, if you like these cars, there's a special place for people that like these cars. You know, like they said, there's a seat for everybody. But the paint on it's dead. The fiberglass looks good. Fiberglass looks good on it. The gel coat, it don't look like it's busted anywhere on it. Any place like that. I mean, it's got places here like this where that's the gel coat right there, that yellow. Got a little spot right here, right there, where it's whatever. But it is a air conditioner car. But Jay, we don't see no air conditioner. Well, here's the crazy thing about it. They said that the air conditioner. This is what I don't understand. The air conditioner, they said locked up, right? So let me go to this side over here. The air conditioner locked up, right? See, there's the pulley for the air conditioner, right? Well, the air conditioner sits right here, right? So the air conditioner locked up. So what would you normally do? You would just take the belt off, just leave the air conditioner and take the belt off, right? And just let it stay there, and then whoever bought it, would fix it, right? No, what they did was they took the AC off, the brackets and all, and chunked them in the trash. So now I'm going to have to find 77 Corvette air conditioner brackets. See, they left the stud and everything. I mean, it just, I don't know. And then they had to put these washers because this bolt here is the same bolt that the bracket was at. So instead of that bolt would have bottomed out, and then the water pump leaked. See, the water pump leaked. And hold on a second. What happened? I don't know. My screen froze up. I think my screen froze up, fellas. I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to come back. All right, I believe I'm back. I think. I don't know. There we are. I'm back. Boy, look how hot it is. It's hotter than a weenie dog's weebles in the daggone habanero field. All right, I'm back. I don't know. I had a glitch. All right, so here we go. I'm glad. So they took this bracket off, and instead of leaving everything, then they had to stack washers to make up the difference for the bracket, and then run and put whatever. So now I have to find the AC bracket. But besides that, I mean, I've drove the car runs good, and then I found out that, you see right here, all these hoses need to be replaced. You can see right here, see where the fuel line is cracked. It's spraying out right there, and it was spraying right onto the header manifold. Yay! So cut the car off. It was done. So the way this was, it just siphoned every bit of the fuel out of the tank into the driveway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the parts store and get new fuel line to replace it. Can you see it? Yeah. So this fuel line goes like that and goes down there. So I got to replace that fuel line, and I can put fuel in it. But everything works. Has a little radiator leak, or radiator, however you want to say it. So the company, the shop, the place that he bought it from, they mailed a new radiator because they said they had ordered one, hadn't put it on yet. So when they got it, they drop shipped. So I have a new radiator. But here's the thing on that. Let me turn this around. So here's the thing on that. I couldn't do anything to this car until the DMV come and signed off on it, because it was an out-of-state car. So they had to come and sign off on the title. They had to do a title. I mean, they did a VIN number. They done all that stuff. So the lieutenant from the DMV, they finally got here. It took like, I want to say 8, 9, 10 months for them to get here to inspect the car. And this is, hold on a second. What in the world? I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. So what happened? So what they did was they come here, supposed to put it on a lift. They check the VIN number. They come in here and they check the VIN number right there. They check the VIN number. They check some other stuff on it. And once they got all that stuff done, then they signed off on it and they said they would release the title. And then they released the title. And then by the time that went on, you know, with politics and all that stuff in Raleigh and everything else, they said that once, then they give me the okay. They called me. I called the DMV or called the inspector. And she said, yep, go ahead. You can do what you want to. So now I'm waiting on the colonel to show up. And then we're going to discuss what he wants to do with the car, sign a contract, and go over all that. So I just pulled it up here, get it out of the blistering sun, and I'm going to go ahead and replace this fuel line. Washed it a little bit on the wheels. And, man, we up to 20 people. Man, that's great. What's y'all's thoughts on Corvettes? Y'all like them? Y'all don't like them? They're composite. So I'm gonna give you a little facts on Corvettes. Little facts on Corvettes. So in 1977, when the Corvette come out, it come out with a 5.7 350, right? And you could get two options. You got the 5.7 350, 350 cubic inch. It made a whopping, y'all boys and girls ready? It made a whopping 180 horsepower. Woo! And 270 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, you could get it in a 4-speed wide ratio, 4-speed close ratio, or you could get it in a automatic. So the 4-speed, you could get it in 4 different rear end gear options. You can get it in a 3.36. You can get it in a 3.08. You can get it in a 3.70. You can get it in a 355. All right. The high performance 5.7 made a whopping 210 horsepower and 255 foot-pounds of torque. The turbo, I think it's a turbo 400, pretty sure. It was a gear ratio of a 355, right? So, and also this engine here was a L82. This one here is a L82. Now here's something that's so funny. Every time, you know how many times I've heard, I mean, these things was turds. I mean, 180 horsepower. I mean, come on, man. It won't even spin a wheel with the concrete wet. So here's the thing. I don't know how many times I've heard, hey, what engine you got in that car? What engine you got in that truck? And they said, oh, that come out of a Corvette. Man, there's been more engines pulled out of Corvettes put into other stuff than they've made Corvettes. I guess people think that when you say, oh, it come out of a Corvette, it's supposed to be like Super Duty. Now, they did have one that had a big block in it and stuff like that, but that's completely different. I'm talking about this L82. I mean, it's just what it is. But I've been on here for 14 minutes. It is super, super, super hot. Like I said, I got the 70C10. I got it in the garage. Trying to figure out what he wants to do. Send him an email too. It's like a lot of email tags around here because everybody's out of state. So it's not like they can just run up the road. Again, so this is a 77 Corvette. It has 105. I told you wrong in the captions. I thought it had 65. It's got 106,000, 105,000 original miles on it. It's an AC car, power steering car, automatic. Like I said, it's just dated. You know, it's dated. T-top car. I don't particularly like these cars, but I just not a fan of them. I just not. But like I said, I got to see what he wants to do with this car. Hopefully, you know, he wants to paint it. He said something like a darker blue, sort of like what is on that 66 Mustang that was done here last year or the year before. Again, Headlights work. So that's the biggest thing on that too. Because see, on his other car, all this was gone. They throwed every bit of this away. So, you know, it's cheaper just to buy a whole car than it is to try to buy parts. Cause for example, they even cut his dash out. I don't understand why they done what they done. I wasn't there, don't care, wasn't a part of me. Wasn't a part of me. So he had no interior, none whatsoever, and then they cut the dash out of the car. I mean, they cut it out. None of this is there. So just a Speedo, just this alone, I found anywhere from $500 to $1,000 just for the Speedo, right? Then you got all the gauge clusters, you got all the trim. I mean, there's so many pieces that was lost when they disassembled the car. Again, I wasn't there. Let me turn this around. Again, I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of it. There's always three sides of the story. My side, your side, and the truth line somewhere in. So, again, let me turn this back around. So, this was the best option to figure out what we wanted to do and try to piece the car together. So, just bought a whole car. He bought a whole car. This car runs, I mean, literally fixed the hose on it, fixed the air conditioner. The tires look pretty decent on it. The tires on are 225, 70, 15 rallies. Everybody loves some rallies. They're the original rallies is what they said in the paperwork. So with this car, I mean, literally you could get in it, put gas in it, or fix the hose, do a little tune up on it. It's got a little bit of smoke to it when it cranks up. And the reason why that is because the valve seats, you know, that what they did is they took I said, where's the original valve cover? Oh, we threw them away. That chrome was going to turn rusty. You know what I mean? So, it is an iconic car. So for what he's got in this, he couldn't have bought all the parts to fix his other car. So sometimes it's best just to tell the client, you know, come to us and say, look, you know, it's better. And I've done this in the past, and I kind of listened to the client and not listen to what I said, you know, what I wanted to push, and say, look, the car that you had is nowhere near the car that you have now, not this one, but the car he had was just a shell and a frame. Everything else was gone. So the best thing to do in that situation is find a parts car. A buddy of mine the other day, Stephen, he said, if you're working on something like this, then you need another one for parts. If you're working on something like that, you need another one for parts, because just take off what you need. Well, in his case, the car that he wanted to fix was nothing but parts. It was just a shell and a chassis. No suspension in the back, no axles. The motor was just a short block. There wasn't nothing there. There was nothing. Just imagine this, stripping this whole thing down to a shell and a chassis that was half decent. That was it. He had nothing else. Oh, I'm freezing up again. I guess there we go. Phone's getting hot, boys and girls. So if you don't know nothing about these cars, a guy that I used to know, Mr. Egan, he was a Corvette guy, and he's no longer here, so I couldn't resource him. So the best thing to do in this this case is just buy a whole car, running and driving. So we have everything that we need. So now this is the car, a Focus. The other car was parts. Now I sent that car back to him because there was really nothing that we needed on it. I mean, he had a nice set of wheels. That was it. So if he wants to take the wheels off of the other one and put on this one, that'd be great. My plan is, like I said, he's supposed to come, send me an email back, let me know what he wants to do, send the contract back. Once I get the contract back, then we're good to go. So a part of the contract, to have an active project here at the shop, you have to sign a contract, and you have to keep insurance on the vehicle. You have to keep full coverage through Haggerty or whoever. You have to insure the vehicle. And that is a requirement. And if you don't have active insurance on a vehicle, then no work. You have to come get it. So fellas, you just have to protect yourself. for anything. So everything here has active insurance. You know, surprisingly, that 1968 C10 right there, it has insurance on it. You know, this truck here, you know, he's got a North Carolina tag. That's just a dummy tag, but that has insurance on it. That box back there has insurance on it. So again, it's a 1977 Corvette. I did a startup while ago, but like I said, it didn't have no fuel in it because the line was leaking. It's out of fuel, so I had to put fuel into the carburetor, into the bowl. And I'm going to get off of here. I appreciate every single one of you. We got up to 30 watchers at one time. That's awesome. Power windows, everything works. You know, a little slow, but everything works. The battery's back there. I mean, it's a decent car, but I really appreciate everybody. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here, and like I say, boys and girls, it's hot. Next weekend is the Peach Festival, July 18th, 19th to 20th here in Candor, North Carolina. Zip code is 27229. If you the cruise ends on Thursday evening, it's open to everybody. They're having a cornhole tournament, hot wing contest, all kinds of stuff. And then Friday, bands, food trucks, all that stuff. Like I say, it's in Candor, Candor. The parade is Saturday morning. I don't know if the parade entry things are closed yet. If they are, last time I heard, they said they had over 500 or 600 entries in the parade. And then after the parade, everybody goes down to the park, Fitzgerald Park, and then they get jiggy with it and do all the stuff. And it's going to be hot. Peaches everywhere. The train's going to be there. Helicopter rides. So, again, I appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button. My thermostat is stuck and I'm overheating. My phone is overheating. It done alerted me twice. So I appreciate you. Remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else. Put God first. At loose end drag. Peace, some chicken grease. I'm out.